Yesterday, William Samoei Ruto, who is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, held a crisis meeting with the governors, senators, members of parliament, and close advisors at his official residence in Karen. That meeting is significant politically speaking. And today I want us to do a critical analysis of the Karen meeting. But before we do all those, if you're watching this video for the first time, please, I want you to just do me a favor. Just click the subscribe button now. And for those who already subscribed, I just want you to do me one favor on this video. Just click the thumbs up button. Now, yesterday, William Ruto held a crisis meeting at his official residence in Karen. That meeting was attended, according to their figures which they released, was attended by over 140 members of parliament and senators. There were 7 governors at that particular meeting. And that meeting, in my view, addressed 3 issues. Number 1, it addressed the content of the BBI report. And for those who followed closely, William Ruto talked about, and the team talked about the ombudsman. They talked about the affirmative action. They talked about representation, basically additional constituencies. So that's the first thing. Then again, it talked about how the process is being conducted, whether it's inclusive or exclusive. And number 3, they also talked about the timing of the process. But I don't want us to go into those particular details. For now, I want to pick a few important points which I picked from the speech. The first thing which I picked from the speech is that the team, which I can call Tanga Tanga, were actually unveiling to us Kenyans their new party colors. What do I mean? William Ruto is the deputy party leader of Jubilee Party. We all know that Jubilee Party had colors, which was red, yellow, and black. So yesterday's event was very clear that the women there came in a particular dress code, yellow and kind of, is it dark blue or greenish? So that's the color of the new political party these guys have either formed or are planning to form. Just like I keep on saying on this platform, there is normally no political coincidence. Everything is normally planned to achieve specific political objectives. So in my view, these guys were actually unveiling the color of their new political party. If you look very keenly, the dressing code, there's no way Aisha Juma, Girishi, Alice Wahome, and all those other women could attend this particular meeting in that dress code. No way. And it doesn't end there. Let me take you to Msambweni by election. In Msambweni, William Ruto is supporting the independent candidate Faisal Mohammed. The color is exactly what these women were unveiling to us yesterday. If you look at these campaign colors, the branding of Faisal is the same as the branding of these particular women. So basically, that's their new political colors, because they're creating what is called brand identity. Brand identity is important in politics. Initially, they used to have yellow and black. From all indication, black is now being faded away, probably because of its association with the Jubilee. Let's not end it there. Let us go back to Punguza Mzigo, because many people always claimed that Punguza Mzigo was actually a project of the Deputy President William Ruto. I want to ask you a simple question. What were the colors of Punguza Mzigo? Kind of blue, dark blue, yellow. So that's the color of the new political parties. My conclusion is that these guys have formed a new political party. And anyone who cares should go to the register of political parties and check colors which were registered in all those political parties. And you'll identify the party these guys are going to use to contest. So that's the first thing I picked. The second thing is that William Ruto wanted to show might. Basically, it was a show of might. Who has the numbers between him and President Uhuru Kenyatta? And basically, he also wanted to know those members of parliament, those senators and governors who are willing to stand by him. According to the official numbers, the meeting attracted 148 members of parliament. I know I've been going online yesterday on Twitter and people were actually questioning those numbers based on the photos which they circulated later after the meeting. Because those photos, there were some people who were not even members of parliament and attended the meeting. But let's go by the official figures. It's not easy to attract 148 members of parliament, senators, and governors. In fact, the people who failed the DP, if he wanted to show his might, are the governors. How many governors attended this meeting? 7. And where are they from? All these 7 governors came from Rift Valley. And not all Rift Valley. If you go to Masai Land, the 2 governors failed to attend the meeting. Those are the realities. So on that, he failed. But in terms of members of parliament and senators, I think he scored big. But he must be very worried because from these figures, when the bill, because already the Building Bridges Initiative process, they have collected 5.3 million signatures. And I'm going to, in my next video, dissect those figures for you. Plus the reaction to the statement by William Ruto, which was the reaction from Junet Mohammed, the BBI Secretariat, and Musalia Mudavadi. But I think when it comes to show of might, he succeeded, but the governors let him down. We can only conclude that when the bill is taken or will be taken to county assemblies, only 7 counties are likely to oppose that bill. So the bill is going to go through. So that's number 2. The third thing, which came out clearly out of that meeting, is that in this country we have 2 centers of power. We have 2 governments in Kenya today. There's a government which is being run and controlled by President Uhuru Kenyatta. And then there's another government, in quotes, which is being run by the Deputy President William Ruto. That's the reality we are facing in this country. Either the Deputy President has refused to listen to his boss, or the boss has allowed him to run a parallel government. Because there's nothing which can justify or explain why the Deputy President William Ruto can call over 148 members of parliament to a meeting, senators and governors to a meeting, to discuss a document which was launched by the president. The expectations of Kenyans are that once the president launched that document, it was now binding between him and his deputy. To an extent that if the deputy president had issues with that document, as the principal assistant to the president, he ought to have found alternative ways of finding solution. But clearly, from his speech, they dismantled that document, which the president has now made a government process. So that's the third thing, which came out very clearly. We have 2 centers of power. We have 2 governments in this country. Do you agree with me? The fourth thing, which is also coming out very clearly, is William Ruto's strategy to delay the Building Bridges Initiative process. He's come up with a proposal that we go for a referendum, but a multi-choice referendum. So that if there are 6 issues, then you get 6 ballots. Then you vote for them. So if you don't want constituencies to be increased, we unasema, I don't want that. If you don't want the prime minister, you say, I don't want. And if you want something, you say, I want this. That's a new demand. And I'll be keenly waiting to see whether it will carry the day. If that new proposal is going to carry the day, then Raila Odinga should be worried, because William Ruto is going to actually have the bragging rights that Raila said the document was not going to be changed. It was changed. Then again, the deputy president talked of a multi-choice referendum, and then it's implemented. And probably that's why the secretariat came out forcefully immediately to respond that all those proposals are now late. But the idea of multi-choice referendum, in my view, is a strategy to delay the building bridges initiative process by the deputy president. So that's the fourth thing I observed. The fifth thing is this proposal to conduct the referendum during the general election. In my view, that's a populist idea. William Ruto is keen on one thing. He doesn't want any contest with President Uhuru Kenyatta. And because he doesn't want any contest with President Uhuru Kenyatta, he will not want a referendum before the election. Because the fear is, if a referendum is conducted before the elections, and the yes carries the day, and assuming goes ahead and opposes the document, how is that going to impact on his 2022 presidential bid? How is it going to impact on his 2022 presidential bid? So basically, that's the main reason why he's saying, let's not have this referendum before election. And basically, it's a very populist idea. Let's have the referendum when we are going to the polls. And I want you to listen to his right-hand man, Aden Wale, on this.
It is legitimate to question the wisdom of spending 14 billion shillings a year before an election that will cost us another 42 billion going by the 2017 figures of the IEBC, when a referendum could be conducted as the seventh ballot in a general election at a virtually no cost.
The sixth thing, which I picked from the deputy president, is actually a genius move. William Ruto is talking of adding more 12 constituencies so that we have a win-win situation. Remember, in his entire speech, he's saying that we want to reduce the numbers of members of parliament so we don't have 70. Already 70 new constituencies have been created. And the deputy president is feeling that there are regions which have been left out. That's genius. He wants to appeal to those regions. Let me explain to you why. Migori didn't receive any allocation in any single constituency. The feeling is that they deserved. William Ruto in his speech mentioned Kisii. Nyeri, you go to Nyeri, this is the Kieni constituency, which is big enough. It's almost half the size of Nyeri. And the expectations was that Kieni was going to be split. Nyeri did not benefit. So he's appealing to the people of Kieni and the larger Nyeri region. He's then going to Kitui. And remember, Ngilu has also been making a lot of noise on this. And even when she met with Kalonzo Musyoka, he's going to Kitui and mentioned Kitui, that they deserved. Again, appealing to them. Then he's going to Garissa. That Garissa also deserved an additional constituency. But at the same time, in his speech, he's talking of reducing the numbers using a formula which is not coming out clearly from 70. But he's now recommending that they add 12. So if they add 12, it would mean we're going to have plus those 70. Otherwise, it would mean removing a constituency, which is already there, then allocating it to either of these. Then it would also mean a different thing. For example, personally, I think Alego Usonga ought to have been divided. That's the home to Governor Cornel Amotra Sanga, your incoming senator. Razak is going to be the Senate, I'm telling you guys. If not the senator, he's going to be senator and probably a majority leader at the National Assembly. I'll do a video on that. By the way, I was in Sia today. I was really impressed by the infrastructural development. In fact, on Saturday, I'll be going to Sia again for a funeral. I'll just branch at the stadium because I went there, but I failed to record. I'll just go there and record for you the progress which is being made there. Even the road, then there's even the isolation center, the COVID center there, just next to Sia Hospital. You know, I worked there for like 6 years, next to Sia Hospital. Very beautiful. Anyway, that's one thing I observed. More constituencies. He's trying to appeal to some of those regions. And lastly, he also talked about women representation. So he's also targeting the women voters by this. William Ruto is suggesting that we retain the women rep. Personally, I would have wanted women rep to be retained. But majority of Kenyans are saying the role of women rep is not there. So in their wisdom, and to deal with the issue of gender, we are now going to have senators, 2 per county, a woman and a man. William Ruto is saying, let's retain the women rep and then also retain the 2 senators so that we have a woman senator and a woman rep. So if you come from Kisumu County, you have 2, a women rep and a senator who is elected as a woman. And I was thinking, I took my pen and calculated that alone is 47 plus 47, that's 94. 94. And this is the same guy telling Kenyans that, no, 94 add to the 12 he's suggesting, the new constituencies. That's 106. But publicly, he's talking of reducing the numbers from 7. So again, here is targeting the women. I know there are other issues, and I agree with William Ruto most of his thoughts, because most of those are actually practical. Some are practical, some are not. Some are left out, some are not left out. Like this issue, there's no way in their constituency or Homa Bay as a county should not get additional constituency, while Nyamira is getting. There is no justification there at all. So probably we need to go back. But just like Musalia Mudavadi said, that in this process, BBI has a timing, and that timing is of essence. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think these guys unveiled for us their new political party colors? Do you think William Ruto wanted to show his might to the president? Do you think we have 2 centers of power in this country today? Do you support the multi-choice referendum in this country? And do you agree that we should have a referendum during the elections? And should we have more constituencies and even women rep? Let me hear your thoughts on this. And I want you guys to do me a favor, because we want to reach 100. Just share this video. Just click that thumbs up. It's going to help this video. Just click the thumbs up. And again, my crew will always drop their comments. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.